This awesome animated saga may be one of the best ever because of its great plot, friendly characters, and impeccable animation. But beyond that, there is a dark side in a few scenes that will give you goosebumps. Therefore, today we will show you the most disturbing moments in Toy Story that will make you see a harsh reality. Are you ready?
So play nice.
Top 10 most terrifying moments in Toy Story. Number 10. The Caterpillar Room, Toy Story 3. 15 years after the first film premiered, our favorite characters, Woody and Buzz, return to teach us the true meaning of friendship through their adventures. But beyond that, like everything in life, we notice that some situations become more complicated over time when we see that Andy is about to go to college, a fact that would change our friend's fate. The problem begins when Andy's mom throws them out in a garbage bag, assuming Andy had ruled them out. But after saving themselves from a tragic end, these cute toys end up in the Sunnyside daycare. This place is led by a bear that smells like strawberries called Lotso, who explains to them how beautiful and special everything is with great kindness, assuring them that no one will ever abandon them since there will always be children who will play with them.
Welcome to Sunnyside, folks.
Take care, Pinky.
However, we later find out it's not quite like that, since all the new toys that arrive are sent to the Caterpillar Room, an environment where the youngest children of the nursery are, who would become their executioners. The way that they play is truly brutal, making it a hell for the toys. We can't say that these little ones are the villains, since this is due to their young age. But if you want to be full of saliva, be dismembered, or be beaten non-stop, you need to go into the Caterpillar Room. Number 9. Sid's Crazy Hybrid Toys, Toy Story 1. Just when we get to know the kind Andy, who owns Woody and Buzz, we also discovered the mischievous Sid, a boy who loves to destroy toys and experiment with them to turn them into monsters. His entourage of deformed toys can confirm it. Each of them looks like something out of a horror movie or Victor Frankenstein's personal toy. Watching him smirking as if he was possessed, we realize that he has serious mental issues. It isn't normal finding pleasure or fun while causing irreparable damage to others. It's good that in the end, these toys showed him who's in charge. Number 8. Everything you know about the world is a lie, Toy Story 1. In the first installment of the movie, we saw Buzz Lightyear as a super toy that believed he was a space guardian with the ability to fly and had a fervent desire to protect the universe from the evil Emperor ZURG. Unfortunately, that strength didn't last long, since after seeing a commercial about himself, he realizes that he isn't more than a toy and tries to uncover the truth by spreading his plastic wings and launches towards the window, but he crashes and falls, breaking his arm. This is when he realizes what he really is and feels his whole life has been a lie. The truth is that nothing in this life is set. Many may have believed to be someone, but upon awakening from a dream, we find that things are even better, just like Buzz, who didn't become a space guardian who fights evil, but a toy capable of making a child who idolizes him happy. A sincere love that goes beyond any spatial rank.
See? Now what'd I tell you, right?
Number 7. VERTIGO, Toy Story 2. We could say that it is the darkest moment in the second part of the saga, and it is that after Andy doesn't take Woody to the camp after ripping his arm while playing. The cowboy thought it was useless. This caused a nightmare in which he saw Andy return from his walk, and who, when taking it to play as usual, he realizes that his arm is broken and he throws it towards the ground where there was a set of cards of black swords, directing it directly to the trash. Clearly, we can almost feel firsthand what Woody is going through. Fear, rejection, sadness, loneliness, anxiety, all at the same time. It must have been horrible. Number 6. Terrible head transplant, Toy Story 1. We can affirm that the first movie of this saga was terrifying because of Sid, and it had many disturbing moments. One of them was when Sid did something awful to annoy his sister Hannah. When he wasn't satisfied by the answer she gave him regarding some package, he snatches her doll and takes her to his room to perform surgery. As we have said before, this child loves to experiment with toys, and this doll was not the exception. Even more so because it was for revenge. So, like a professional, he takes a mask and removes the doll's original head to replace it with one of a flying dinosaur, turning the poor doll into a spooky monster. Number 5. Jessie's Song. In the second film, we meet Jessie, a red-headed cowgirl who was part of a collection along with Woody, Bullseye, and Stinky Pete. But our connection with her was much stronger when she told us her sad story, the tragedy of her abandonment. In a melancholic song, Jessie tells us the great connection she had with her owner, how close they were, and how she grew older and forgot about her, leaving her under the bed with other things from her childhood. Jessie never stopped loving her. When she took it in her hands after a long time, she felt the bond again and thought that everything was going to be like before. But the sad reality was that she was going to abandon her in a box, causing the love to vanish and a deep pain in her chest too. This scene is also a wake-up call for those people who adopt or buy a pet so that when they grow up, they abandon them because they are too big or mischievous. A very dark message that talks about a sad reality. Number 4. Sid almost blows up Buzz Lightyear. We continue with the atrocities of the mischievous Sid. From his first appearance on screen, we knew that this little one was evil. Since he blew up a soldier, we rejected and despised him. Everything got worse when we witnessed how he tied a rocket on Buzz's back. We did not want our spatial guardian to end up in ashes. It was torture since we heard the alarm sound and watched Sid take Buzz. We didn't know if Woody was going to succeed in his rescue plan. A scene that created suspense, and even after leaving the house of that evil child, the torment continued since the rocket was still tied to Buzz. We were able to breathe again when Woody sets fire to this firecracker and separates it from Buzz by sliding it off his wings. It is usually the main character who comes out victorious, but we were always worried for his safe return. Number 3. War Wounds, Toy Story 3. Unlike the previous films, when our favorite characters suffer neglect or abuse, we can't see their wounds because they're usually intact. However, in this third film, the marks left by the nursery children after playing with them are very noticeable. Scratches, paint stains, and injuries, as if all of those scars were of their worst battles. We can even see the toys with dirt stains after they have left the garbage can. This may mean that the fact that the wounds are not visible does not mean that they are not suffering, since there are wounds that can be internal and even more painful than external ones. Number 2. Everyone Can Be Replaced, Toy Story 3. Since the first installment of this film series, we know that every toy can be replaced, but it isn't until the third movie that we really see it. We can see several directly affected characters. One of them is Lotso, who travels all over the country along with 2 other toys that found the same fate after being forgotten in a park. But at the end of his search, he was replaced by one that looked exactly like him. Another one is Barbie, who is discarded by Andy's sister and immediately replaced by teen magazines. Even Lotso tells Ken that he can find 100 million just like her, decreasing her value.
100 million just like her.
And we also learned that Bo Peep is no longer in Andy's house. This time they show us a sudden change that can be shocking at first, but a harsh reality. No one is indispensable, not even us. Number 1. The Incinerator, Toy Story 3. We finished this top with the darkest scene in the entire saga of the film. We could even say that it is the most disturbing story from Pixar. Since 1995, we've seen these characters always come out winners. No matter the adversities before them, they always came out victorious. So, it was terrible to see them after 15 years, defeated, desolated, and out of options. There we witnessed how they gave up and accepted their sad end. Until today, it is difficult to not cry with that scene, especially when we see them holding hands, showing their companionship until the end. This scene may be very similar to reality. When we feel lost, we don't see the way out. We give up and accept our defeat. But you should also know that there is nothing impossible. As in the movie, there is always a way to get ahead. It was the Pizza Planet Squeeze Toy aliens who turned this traumatic scene into a good memory by saving them with a giant crane which they call the Claw. They saved us, we are grateful. Always remember that not everything is lost in life. Now that you know that hidden, realistic, and disturbing side of these animated movies, do you think you've noticed anything else? If so, share it in the comments below. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to watch all of our videos. Until next time!